hiding downstairs for my kids so I can talk about fantasy football for 3 minutes. Stick around and I'll tell you who my favorite plays are this week. It's a quarterback, a running back, and a wide receiver. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, DFS Up North, and I'm not hiding from my kids because they're taking a nap right now, but I'm still going to try to get this done for you guys in 3 minutes or less because if you're like me, you don't have time. You don't have time to sort through all the data, to look at all the ownerships, to figure out what the rest of the field is doing, and that is what I am here for, to give you my 3 favorite plays, the 3 and 3 podcast, where I talk about, again, the 3 favorite leverage plays, one at QB, one at wide receiver, one at running back in 3 minutes or less. Of course, if you guys don't know, I am here from DFS Army, where all we do is win. DraftKings, FanDuel, Super Draft, Prize Pick, Strive Fantasy. It doesn't matter. We cover it all week in and week out. And you got Bobby Wow winning $1 million last year. You got our boy Rapid Fire XD winning $1 million in week 1. And I guarantee, guarantee is a strong word, but I am so confident that we are going to have another massive DFS win in the next couple of weeks, and that can be you. If you are not a DFS Army VIP, you can look down below, use that code UpNorth, that gets you 10% off for life. You get cheat sheets, you get the best in the business optimizer, and more importantly, you get coaching in our private Discord. Conversations happening all day. A lot of season-long talk today I was seeing in there talking about, hey, I can stash this guy. What do I do? But we are getting fired up for the weekend and this main slate. And I'm telling you what, I think it is a pay down slate. And my first guy in the 3 and 3 is Joe Flacco. I know, this is not Ravens Joe Flacco. This is New York Jets Joe Flacco. He is averaging over 50 passing attempts a game. That 5-0. That's insane. He's going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, who have been torched by Cooper Rush, Mitch Trubisky. Flacco has looked legitimately good. 5 TDs, 1 interception. 50 passes a game. Hasn't broken 300 yards yet because he's got that, kind of short game going. He's dumping off. He's not turning the ball over. He's giving the Jets a chance to win. I think this is a sneaky competitive game environment. I think that the Jets are going to have the ball for a long time. And more importantly, the Bengals throw almost as much as the Jets. All right. Flacco's leading the league in attempts. Burrow, I believe, is 3rd. All right. For guys who have only played 2 weeks. That's crazy. Flacco still has more attempts than Trubisky and Brissett, who played last night, but they both throw the ball a ton. And when you throw the ball and there's an incompletion, what happens? Clock stops, right? I think we're going to see another 50 attempt game for him here. I love stacking Joe Flacco with Garrett Wilson, who everybody likes from last week, right? But I think maybe even the sneakier play is Corey Davis, who is getting a ton of work here. I really like stacking him with Corey Davis. I don't think you need to run it back with anybody here. We're starting to find that in the optimizer, or when we back test these slates, is that these run backs, it's going to happen at some point, but it just hasn't yet. So a lot of the winning lineups haven't had a run back, or a lot of the top 1% lineups haven't had a run back, but I love Joe Flacco. 2% owned, that 5,300 on DraftKings, 68. You can afford the studs. You can actually get Travis Kelce in a smash game environment in your lineup. You can play this next guy who I'm going to talk about, who's in a smash spot as well, and that is Austin Eckler. DraftKings 8,000, FanDuel 8,700. We're looking at 8% on DraftKings, 3% on FanDuel. I actually just saw an updated ownership projection for that, looking more like 6%. Snap count went up in a competitive game last week. Regardless of the game environment against the Jags, right? They're coming across the country, who you can run all day on. Regardless of that, this is shaping up to be a really good spot for Eckler because Justin Herbert is still dealing with that rib cartilage injury. He's questionable for Sunday. I think he plays, but he's going to be limited, and that only benefits Austin Eckler, who saw a season-high 10 targets last week. I think that's going to be similar again, because if Herbert's dealing with that rib injury, what does he not want to do? Or what do they not want to have happen to him? They don't want to get him hit. Those quick dump offs to Eckler, and also his buddy Gerald Everett, who saw 10 targets last week in another competitive game environment. I think that, and if Herbert doesn't play, smash, lock button Austin Eckler with Chase Daniel in there. So we're looking at lots of dump offs. I think that we're going to see a big game from Eckler here. I think a GPP winning game. Love this spot. Love running it back with Christian Kirk. I think the Jags are more competitive than we give them credit for. The only downside is that they're coming across the country to play on the East Coast, but it is an afternoon game, so the jet lag shouldn't be too bad. I'm sure they're already out there, but Eckler, $8,000. Love him this week. Smash spot. And finally, the guy hurdling the Rams player here, Drake London. He is the offense. He is the offense. His weighted opportunity is better than guys like Deontay Johnson. And it's really similar to a guy like Stephon Diggs. So, like, Drake London and Stephon Diggs, I mean, in this game environment, yes, right? He's averaging just under 10 targets a game so far. The Seattle secondary is decent, don't get me wrong, but London has been elite. He is arguably the best wide receiver from this draft class, and that ownership, so low, baby, so low for what he can bring to the table. I think 100 and a TD is absolutely in play this week. I do think people are going to play Marcus Mariota, and I don't love that play. There's not enough weapons. Mariota to be in the nuts has to get, 60, 70 yards rushing, which is more than capable of. But the Seattle defense, I think, is gettable. And my super sneaky, this isn't even on my list, guys. This isn't even on my list here, but my super sneaky play is on the other side of that game, and that is Tyler Lockett. I'm only sharing this with you guys. Like, he has potential to be one of the GPP winning studs this week at like 1% ownership. Nobody's going to play Lockett. He had over 100 yards with Geno Smith last week. I think that there's real potential for Lockett to have a big game. So again, we got Flacco, we got Eckler, we got London. Tell me who your GPP dart is that's going to be low owned in the comments, right? If one of them smash, I'm going to give you a shout out next week. Let me know. And maybe I can even talk to, my boys at DFS Army into getting you a free month or something over at Sharp app or something like that. But again, if you're on DFS Army VIP, what are you doing? You are missing out. Be the next Millie Maker winner. Use that code UpNorth. Gets you 10% off that VIP membership. You have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. If you're a DFS Army VIP already, you know where to find me in the Discord and Geese channel, NFL Talk. You can shoot me up with a DM or talking PGA, baby, because that's what we're doing. President's Cup this week, Team USA dominating. Let's go. Have a great week. I'm looking forward to the Week 3 main slate. This has been 3 and 3. I'm DFS Up North. Peace.